It's another edition of Time About the Movies, and today we're taking a look at the films of February 2nd, 2001. We got 3 movies to look at today, so let's go ahead and jump on into it. We'll start off with the biggest new release of the weekend, which was Valentine. So I think you could kind of get the message of the movie altogether here. It's basically a group of women in San Francisco stalked by a killer wearing a Cupid mask in the days leading up to Valentine's Day. And as the trailer shows, the killer is actually a nerdy kid who wanted to ask the popular girls for a dance. They said no. Basically, the guy turns into a serial killer, and we've got a movie here. Although this is actually based on a novel by Tom Savage, of all people. But when it came out, it was mostly panned because people thought it was too close to the 1980s slasher films like Jason Voorhees, the Friday the 13th movies, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween. You get the idea there. And, it's not a bad idea per se. I mean, it's a film that, honestly, it kind of works for an homage to those classic slasher films. It's not a great movie, but for what they were trying to accomplish, I think they did a pretty good job with it. This is directed by the same person that gave us Urban Legend, and it features David Boreanaz from then starring in Angel, Denise Richards, Marley Shelton, Katherine Heigl. A pretty good cast overall in this movie, and like I said, it pretty much is an homage to the classic slasher films of the 1980s, but the one that honestly comes close to this is My Bloody Valentine, which I think kind of was the inspiration for this, I would think. A little bit of My Bloody Valentine and also Halloween, because the killer's wearing a mask like Michael Myers. But for what it is, it delivers what I think they were promising to deliver. I mean, I don't think they were going in for anything too deep or anything too significant. I mean, that trailer is actually really pretty clever. The beginning of it's really clever, but overall, the movie itself is it's fine for what it is. Like I said before, I don't usually get into these slasher films all that much, but it's definitely a film that does pay its respects to the original slasher films of the 1980s, even though it's trying to be something for the new generation. And, I don't know, it does its job well enough, but it's one that, honestly, I don't usually go back to very often. But then again, I'm not much of a slasher film person, so saw it once, thought it was alright. With that said, let us go ahead and move on to our next movie, and that is Freddie Prinze Jr. and Monica Potter in Head Over Heels. How the hell does Monica Potter get a starring credit over Freddie Prinze Jr.? I mean, what did she really do besides this movie, except for the little bit role she had in Con Air and Patch Adams? Like, Freddie Prinze Jr., I would have thought would have had top billing, but, hey, shows what I know. But, Potter plays a woman from Iowa who works as a restorer of Renaissance paintings for the New York Metropolitan Museum. She's just finished another frustrating relationship when she finds her new boyfriend with a model on her bed. Not her new boyfriend, her older boyfriend with a model on her bed. She decides to move and share a flat with 4 stupid but nice supermodels, and she meets Jim Winston, played by Freddie Prinze Jr., who lives in front of her window. She falls in love with him, and one day she sees Jim killing a woman through her window, and Amanda and her 4 roommates decide to investigate what really happened. And you can start to see where some of the problems are coming to play here. It's a movie that doesn't want to be a mystery thriller or doesn't want to be a comedy. The trailers don't do a very good job of selling you on this movie in general. And, the movie itself really isn't all that funny to begin with, and it tries way too hard to be a lowbrow comedy while it's also trying to be smart at the same time, and it just doesn't work in the end. It's a real misfire of a film. Too many good, talented people involved in this. The director, Mark Waters, would later go on to have much better success with Freaky Friday, Mean Girls, Just Like Heaven, Ghost of Girlfriend's Past. Far better movies than this film, but I really do not remember a whole lot from this. When I remember from it, it was not good. It was definitely not a good film. Not much more to say about that one. That's Head Over Heels. So let's go ahead and wrap this up with our last movie. It's Kirk Cameron in Left Behind the Movie. The film that basically showed what Kirk Cameron would be doing for the rest of his career, starring in a bunch of movies where he promptly promotes Christianity, even if it means making some of the worst movies ever made. This is definitely one of them. He plays an airline pilot whose relationship with his wife has gone sour. He ponders having an affair with an attractive flight attendant during a flight to London, and a number of these passengers disappear. Chaos takes hold when a number of vehicles on the ground and in the air are suddenly unmanned. Meanwhile, a television journalist by the name of Buck Williams is pondering the rash of sudden disappearances as he works on a report about Dr. Chaim Rosenwig, an Israeli scientist who has devised a formula that would make any soil on Earth easy to cultivate. However, Buck wonders if there's more to Rosenweg, good lord, when he discovers that the doctor is in cahoots with two multimillionaires who plan to broker the invention to promote their own agenda of international domination. So this movie is really, really out of the ordinary and bizarre, and just like it's a film that really does not, you could tell it was clearly made as a direct-to-video movie. First off, it was literally a direct-to-video movie, and then someone said, "Yeah, you know what we should do? We should put this on the big screen. That'll make a lot of money," and it didn't really make a whole lot of money. I mean, it gained back its budget. I guess that means that instant success, but there's something about the movie that really makes it worth watching as a good film. It's a movie that is clearly a so bad it's good type of film, wasting a lot of, not even a lot of good talents here. Like Kirk Cameron in this is just not even really playing his role in this. He's just kind of there playing himself, and not even in a good kind of way. And I don't know. It's a movie that really does not work on any level. Even if you're a hard-on Christian person and really believes in this type of stuff, at some point you got to look at this and go, come on, man. This is too ridiculous. It's like he's making a mockery of. It's like this movie's making a mockery of Christianity and the way Christians actually act overall, which Kirk Cameron would later do later on in the movies he would make. I mean, go look at Saving Christmas. That's one of those ones. It's just like, what the hell were you thinking when you made that movie, dude? It's just like, even though he wasn't involved in the writing or the production of this, it's just like, this was the beginning of the downfall of what Cameron used to mean to a lot of people back when he was on Growing Pains, and what he basically has become now, pretty much. But yeah, not much more to say about this one. It's one of those so bad. It's not even one of those so bad it's good type of movies. It's just a so bad movie that's so bad. I mean, I have no idea why they thought they should put this on the big screen, but I guess it proved to be successful enough to make sequels and even a reboot with Nicolas Cage in it, which. That's bad, too. I mean, that one might be even worse than this one is. I mean, this one at least tells you straight out what it's trying to accomplish, but that one is just like, I don't know what the hell you were trying to do with that one, with the Nicolas Cage one, but, yeah, not much more to say about this one. Left Behind the movie. And so, with that said, we wrap up another edition of Time About the Movies. The next time we meet, Hannibal Lecter returns, this time under the direction of Ridley Scott with Hannibal, the sequel to The Silence of the Lambs, and we also have Saving Silverman with Jason Biggs, Steve Zahn, Jack Black, Amanda Peet, and Neil Diamond in it. So we'll take a look at those two movies next time. But until then, thank you so much for watching. And if you want to see more videos like this, please hit the place on the next page. Check out the previous episode, and check out the like and subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this on this channel. So with that said, I'm off. I'll see you next time, and until then, take care.